researchers discover that Bitcoin mining is environmentally unsustainable. According to an analysis by academics at the University of New Mexico that was published in Scientific Reports, the climate change effects of mining the digital currency Bitcoin are more equivalent to those of extracting and refining crude oil than they are to mining gold. According to the authors, Bitcoin should be compared to considerably more energy-intensive goods like meat, natural gas, and crude oil rather than being likened to digital gold. According to UNM Economics Associate Professor Benjamin A. Jones, we find no evidence that Bitcoin mining is getting more sustainable over time. Instead, our findings imply the opposite. Over time, Bitcoin mining is becoming dirtier and more harmful to the environment. In other words, the environmental impact of Bitcoin is declining. Bitcoin had a market cap of about $960 billion in December 2021 and held about 41% of the worldwide cryptocurrency market. Although recognized to be energy intensive, it's unknown how much harm Bitcoin is doing to the environment. Between January 2016 and December 2021, Jones and colleagues Robert Behrens and Andrew Goodkin give economic estimations of the climatic impacts caused by Bitcoin mining. According to their data, the mining of Bitcoin consumed 75.4 terawatt-hours total electricity in 2020, which is more than Portugal 48.40 WH or Austria 69.9 terawatt-hours combined. The manufacture of Bitcoin, or the process of mining it, requires a huge amount of electricity, primarily from fossil fuels like coal and natural gas. Huge amounts of air pollution and carbon emissions are being produced as a result, which is harmful to both human health and the global climate, Jones stated. Between 2016 and 2021, we discover multiple occasions where Bitcoin is more harmful to the environment than a single Bitcoin is truly worth. To put it another way, there are some cases where climatic damage caused by Bitcoin mining exceeds the worth of the coin. From the standpoint of sustainability, this is really alarming. 3 sustainability criteria were used by the authors to evaluate the climate damages associated with Bitcoin. If they are expected to rise over time, whether they surpass the market price, and how they compare to those associated with other industries and commodities. They discover that from 0.9 tons per coin in 2016 to 113 tons per coin in 2021, the C2 equivalent emissions from electricity generation for Bitcoin mining have surged 126-fold. According to calculations, each Bitcoin produced in 2021 caused 11,340 new USD in climate damages, totaling more than 12 USD in damages globally between 2016 and 2021. In May 2020, damages reached at 156% of the coin price, indicating that for every $1 in Bitcoin market value created that month, $1.56 in climate damages were also generated. According to Regents Professor of Economics Robert Behrens, our focus is on those cryptocurrencies that rely on proof-of-work power production procedures, which can be very energy-intensive. The difficulty for policymakers in broader efforts to combat climate change is developing governance frameworks for an emerging, decentralized sector that includes energy-hungry powcoins. We think that concrete, empirical evidence of potentially irreparable financial harms from climate change will support such initiatives. Finally, the authors compared the climatic damages caused by Bitcoin to those caused by other industries and goods, including the production of power from renewable and non-renewable sources, the processing of crude oil, the production of agricultural meat, and the mining of precious metals. Between 2016 and 2021, Bitcoin suffered average climate damages of 35% of its market value. This percentage for Bitcoin was higher than that of beef production 33% and gold mining 4%, but it was slightly lower than the climate damages as a percentage of the market value of electricity generated by natural gas 46% and gasoline generated by crude oil 41%. The authors come to the conclusion that none of the 3 major sustainability criteria they looked at Bitcoin against were met. If proof-of-work mining is not switched off voluntarily, as it recently was for the cryptocurrency Ether, then possible regulation may be needed to make Bitcoin mining sustainable.